When I was a kid, seeing this logo meant I was about to have the time of my life. From Tiny Toons, Buster Bust Loose, to Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Konami built an impressive library of games on the Super Nintendo that I sunk plenty of hours into. For me personally, one of their titles stands above the rest: Sunset Riders. I honestly feel that Sunset Riders might be one of the best pound-for-pound video games of all time. What I mean is that not a single second spent playing this game is dull. It's pure, unbridled fun from start to finish. I actually didn't realize that Sunset Riders was a port of an arcade game until much later in my life, and looking back now, the Super Nintendo port is ridiculously impressive for how closely it mimics the arcade experience, and that is the port we will look at in this video. The opening cutscene shows our 4 playable characters. We have Steve, Billy, Bob, and If you play this game, you should pick either Bob or Cormano. These characters wield shotguns, which are much better than the pistols that Steve and Billy use. But honestly, the only reason you're picking Bob instead of Cormano is if your selfish older brother always picks Cormano, and he never gives you the chance to pick your character first. But you can't stop me now, can you, Corey? Our 4 characters are bounty hunters traveling the Wild West, and each stage opens with a wanted poster showcasing our target. The first of which is Simon Grewell. Something tells me that he likes money. We drop into the first stage to an absolute banger of a theme. The music in this game is insanely good, and it makes you feel like a legendary gunslinger as you take down the many bandits standing between you and your target. But to take down targets easier, we need to improve our weapons, and to do so, we enter buildings and, spend some time with the residents. Oh, to be a kid again and have zero clue what was being implied here. At the end of the first stage is Mr. Grewell himself.
It's time to pay.
He has a couple of pink barrels in front of him, so we have to shoot the barrels before we can damage him, so let's take care of those first.
Falling, dreaming, talking in your sleep.
Okay, so we carefully shoot the barrels away and begin to take down Grewell. He begins to flash red as he gets closer to death, and something about this is just so nostalgic to me. But it gets even better when we finally take him down, and he utters one of my genuinely favorite lines in all of gaming.
Marry me with my money.
The dialogue in this game is unironically incredible, and getting through the levels is so exciting just to hear what the next boss is going to say. I love it. Our next target is Hawkeye Hank Hatfield. Wait, Triple H? You can't have a cowboy game without a horse, and Sunset Riders delivers in this stage, allowing us to ride on our color-coded steed as we shoot down bandits on horses of their own. We catch up to a horse-drawn wagon with bandits in there shooting at us and throwing logs to try and trip our horse. At some point, I guess we shoot the driver because the wagon begins to gently veer off screen and... A train begins to pass us on the track with enemies on board. Luckily, after hundreds of playthroughs, I have developed an expert strategy to beat this part that only the most skilled gamers could pull off. The train comes to a stop, but that's mainly so we can have a stare down with Triple H from opposite sides of the tracks as the train immediately starts back up and moves out of the way.
Draw, Pilgrim.
Triple H rolls between the boxes, choosing when to come out of cover and take his shots at us. After doing enough damage to Triple H, he dives onto our side of the tracks for one last stand, and he manages to shoot Cormano. But Cormano tells God it isn't his time yet, and he respawns to deal the finishing blow.
You got me.
Next up is the bonus stage. There are 2 of these in the game, and they are a nice change of pace from the traditional levels. When you have multiple players, it's a fun competition on who can hit the most targets. But if you're by yourself, like I always am nowadays, it's a fun challenge to try and hit all 50 targets. Our next bounty is Dark Horse. I gotta say, I'm not sure why this man is called Oh My God. In front of a tavern, we come face to face with Dark Horse.
You in big trouble.
Dark Horse rides his spawn of Satan back and forth, stopping occasionally to fire at us. He's honestly not too bad if you are patient, and if you set it up just right, you can spray him with a crazy amount of bullets and win the fight.
We in big trouble.
The incredible cutscenes just keep coming as a lady falls out of the tavern.
You all right, man?
Oh, those terrible men. Please help.
All right, man. Don't worry about it. We're gonna blow you away. Yeah.
We are immediately thrown into the next boss fight against the Smith brothers. Greensmith is throwing bombs and Bluesmith is throwing torches. Well, naturally, we gotta take out the guy throwing bombs first. Enraged by the death of his brother, Bluesmith unleashes his special attack. Even more torches. Realizing that Cormano is an undying elder god who cannot be defeated, Bluesmith turns to his final option.
I can't take it anymore! I just want to die!
As a reward for saving the tavern, ladies immediately come out and just start dancing. Cormano seems pretty pumped about it though. The ladies then tell us about a huge bounty for a man named Richard Rose, but before we can reach him, we will have to take out his 3 sidekicks. The first on our list is El Greco, and we have to make our way across the train to face him. Cormano comes face to face with El Greco, and it's officially the Battle of the Sombreros.
Adios, amigo.
Get over here! Nope. Get over here! Nope.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Adios, amigo.
That's one sidekick down. Next up is Chief Wigwam.
That's crazy!
Ready for powwow.
This fight is really tough. He blocks all of your bullets when he's perched on the rocks, and his knives are so hard to dodge. I found the best way to fight him is to get close enough to trigger his knife attack on the ground and then spray him with bullets.
Powwowed out.
Please, please, don't shoot my brother. He's only following orders.
All right, man. We won't shoot him.
Absolute cinema. One last sidekick stands between us and that $100,000 bounty, and his name is Paco Loco.
Hey, Chihuahua.
This fight really isn't too bad. He only fires 2 bullets at a time. Oh, gotta dodge that bomb, and I jumped right into the bullet. Well, that's on me. That's a skill issue right there. And are you kidding me? Oh, I mean, I was still invulnerable. All right, genuinely, this fight is not that bad, but you just gotta be careful if you die and have to respawn. Either way, we beat him and are ready to hear his final words.
Hasta la bye-bye.
With the 3 sidekicks down, the only thing left to do is collect our biggest and final bounty, Sir Richard Rose.
Studio, Cap.
This fight is no joke, and it's a fitting last boss. Bullets are coming from everywhere as Rose's henchmen just keep coming, and it's extremely stressful on the Super Nintendo version because unlike the arcades, we can't simply insert a quarter to continue. If we lose all of our lives and continues, it's back to the beginning. But that's where our secret strategy for this fight comes in handy. If you jump up on the balcony by this plant, you can only be hit by the henchmen on the left side of the screen. If you take care of them, you are free to dump bullets into the balcony that Rose is behind. Once that's out of the way, we keep our distance from the dastardly Richard Rose and manage to take him down. Why is the music still playing? He's getting up. Why is he getting up? Oh my gosh, what's happening? Wait, did he decide to take off his bulletproof vest? Cormano, what do you think about that?
The year is 1887, and I have a shotgun. Let me prove it. How's that for proof?
With that, we take down Richard Rose and complete the game. Nothing left for our man Cormano to do except ride into the sunset. What an epic game. Sunset Riders still holds up today as a quintessential arcade or Super Nintendo experience. If you haven't played this game yet, do so immediately. It's an absolute blast. And with that, I have nothing else to say except